history of conflict repeats itself at this old sea keep.
Alert. Hostile life form detected.
I'll handle it.
Ha! Is that all you have to say?
Battle 1.
Fight!
Eliminating.
My face!
And let my guard down.
Victory go. Battle 2.
Fight!
Back me up.
You're mine! Get out of my face! Time to die! Get out of my
Stand.
Surround.
Potential for referee.
I'll kill you.
Useless! Get out of my face! You filthy maggot! Let's go! Take this! Buzz off! Get out of my tail! Take this! Power! Power is everything!
Also, do you want to grab the guy who was saying that he wanted to commentate?
Oh, we doing this, man. We doing this. So sorry about no commentating for a second there. We had some technical difficulties, but we were commentating that match still
Yep.
to ourselves.
Good back throw. All right. Oh boy, that's one of the things that I think is probably going to be kind of important in this matchup. Kind of abusing, like that 2B also has a fair bit of range to her set. He's able to actually contest and make Astaroth approach her.
This looks like it's going to be one of those matches where JT's just going to have to poke his way through just little by little until he gets opened up, because he's got some great blocking. Like,
Yeah.
He is very patient with his gameplay.
Yeah, more of your possibly your more Soulcalibur 60 stuff. I've been out of the loop for a little while now, but you know, keeping yourself safe, just doing like a poke or two, try to
Oh man!
until you can get a
combos.
big hit like that. Kind of just your general Bandai Namco 3D fighter affair with the Soulcalibur affair with your Soulcalibur flair. So
Yeah, the oppression coming from this Astaroth. Slim King is just... It looks like he's almost looking for that ring out, too. Back against the wall. He doesn't care that there's even a wall there.
yeah, he's definitely he can definitely get 2B over the wall if need be. Oh dang! That's a command grab. Is he gonna roll? Career clutch.
Ooh, he did land it.
He's gonna even up the life bars, but and he still has another bar of meter to work with. But like situation.
Oh man. Oh, teched it.
Good tap.
Not
Boom
that one.
downtown,
No.
the
And that'll be
grappler.
the one.
The grappler matchup here in the Soulcalibur 6 as well.
Slim King taking it 2-0 over Lord JT. Yeah, that Astaroth game. I haven't seen a good Astaroth play yet. Do apologize. I'm new to this commentating thing when it comes to this game, so. Yeah, Astaroth was rough. It was oppression at its finest.
And, you gonna go grab the guy? He's not playing. But welcome to Cross-Dimensional Showdowns number 7, I believe. I'm Messman Fly, joined today, at the very least, at this very moment, by the store owner himself, the one and only Freaks Jojo, aka Punish Joseph, aka Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Joseph, aka I forget what your waifu Sasuke heroine's name was.
What was that?
Waifu Joseph.
No, you brought that up. I'm on deck. Am I next?
You're on deck.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm on deck. You're about to see me do some trash garbage SC6 against somebody. But yeah. What was my waifu Wednesday name? I forgot. Omega, do you remember what my waifu Wednesday name was? It was for
I think it may still be in there.
Trying to commentate, my dude?
Yes.
I can jump up.
All right.
Going like, nah.
Pair the guy that doesn't know that much with the guy who does.
You get to
I like
sink
it.
in on this couch. It's
Right,
pretty
dude,
nice.
especially on that side, man. The
Feels great. My name is Solio, Solio. And yeah, they might be. And my Twitter is at SolioXRZ362 if you caught that. And that's right. And if you didn't catch it, it's cool because we're about to watch some Soulcalibur.
yeah, we gotta make sure to have the offline recording as well. You know, just in case Twitch explodes.
Welcome to the stage of history.
Hey,
So-
glad you can make it out.
Yeah,
I
of course.
Saw you and a couple of other folks were talking about coming here in the 3D, in the DFW 3D chat.
That's
So
right.
It's like, oh man, that's cool.
So we had a weekly get together going at Ice Cold Edge's apartment. Ice Cold Edge is a big community leader for the 3D games.
Yeah,
and
shout outs to him. I've heard
sure.
of his work and stuff. And I'm like, dang, that's cool.
Ryan Champ, super cool guy. And he stopped hosting Soulcalibur because he's gonna limit his time as a competitor, and he wants to focus on Tekken. So as much as I can come out to a weekly hangout now that it's summer, I'm going to, and I'm glad that y'all are hosting Soul tournaments. It's great. So we got Geralt versus Cervantes. Is that how you say his name? I think it's a hard G. Geralt. Okay, yeah.
Geralt of the Rivers.
You know,
Area of the river.
I've played this game for so long, you think I'd know how to say his name, but
Nah.
So this is a really cool stage. It's got some low walls, which means you may see some ring outs over them, and then one side is completely open, which is definitely a ring out zone. Geralt's generally speaking an all-around character, and Cervantes very whip punish heavy. But here we go.
Ooh, over the wall? Not quite.
Yeah, the low wall's gonna keep him from going out.
Side steps to the gun, and
That will be a whip punish. So generally some really like strong aggression from Streets right there.
yep, stepped around the few times that Loos even tried to poke his way out of something, and just like that, getting another side step into like already more than half of his health.
Do you see that back step into the punish? Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
It seems like Streets is already, if he's not well versed in the matchup, he's already well versed in what he needs to do to get his own Geralt stuff going on.
Oh, and Loos drops the combo on the lethal hit. He's gonna go for some. So I don't think he knew that happens on Cervantes' Geo de Rey, which is the big charge forward like that. He can ring himself out.
Oh, actually a disaster.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people think that Cervantes needs to be buffed and have that not kill himself.
yeah, I can understand that. I feel like a ghost pirate should probably be able to limit himself from falling off.
That's right. So, he went for an unblockable. What a madman. He was going to end the round with style. But he go ahead and uses the, I believe that's the Ard sign
Yep.
that Geralt has. And that's a very quick move. It's faster than just about, it is Geralt's fastest move. So, it's very good for a quick round closer like that.
Yeah, and very early on, I believe the difference in experience of the two players is very apparent at the moment.
it might, yeah, a little bit. One of these guys knows combos, the other one doesn't quite.
The one kind of knows how to step around the stuff. The other one's kind of just having to stand and just get hit. But what do you think Loos can do, even right now? What do you think he could do to like get himself into this?
I think he's got to guard a bit more. And the main thing about guarding is, generally speaking, most moves that aren't break attacks are going to be negative on block, right? So if he blocks a little bit more, he's going to have his turn come up a bit more, and he'll be able to be aggressive instead of just pressing buttons when he's not an advantage. I think that's the most important thing.
Very much in agreement there.
I have seen Loos on occasion use a tech crouch move and duck under some highs, so maybe Streets. That was a weird ring out. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I hope they let this replay. No, they aren't going to. And so he must have jumped though. I think that's what happened. He must have jumped because that move does. I don't think that would have rung out if he stayed on the ground. Loos already getting heavy pressured here though. The break attack gonna leave streets plus on block.
Oh yeah.
Another ring out. So I actually think I'm up right now for the match. So I'm gonna hop right back off the mic. But that was a fun time. Lots of ring outs there. Streets making good use of the stage. And with that, I'm gonna go hop on the stream.
All right. Well, good luck to you, good sir. Well, we'll have some more time later, possibly. Yeah, that's one of those things, right? The difference in like experience and legacy skill really shows up in 3D fighters as opposed to like 2D fighters. It's a lot easier to grasp the fundamentals of a 2D game. Like, oh, they're in the air. If it's not an air dash game, you anti-air them if they're jumping at you. If it is an air dash game, wait until they air dash. If they came at you, anti-air them. If they came into your face, anti-air them. But in this, it's a little bit weirder because you have similar concepts. Like if they throw a really linear vertical move at you, you should probably sidestep it. Or if they punch with their right fist, you should like go to your left or whatever, right? But it's harder to think in such a fashion. It's really hard to think in the third dimension. It's harder to really get the ideas that need to come out without the legacy skill. But no, I hear Loos is trying to really grind out this Tekken and possibly also the Soulcalibur, so I expect great, if not at least good, if not fantastic things from him in the future. But up next, we're going to see my previous co-commentator Solio versus Punish Joseph. My previous commentator. Groh v. Groh action.
Some Groh on Groh stuff.
Groh on Groh stuff, as JT says.
Something, I don't know. It's happening in the future though.
Ooh. Dang, side sub all the way to the rear, but didn't get anything for it. Let's see Solio here. Oh, we're seeing a lot of evasiveness coming up from Punish Joseph actually, and it's really good to see. Oh, there's some evasion from Solio as well. I think it kind of looks like Solio's kind of poking his way through this first round, kind of seeing what kind of player Joseph is at the moment.
Yeah.
Which, good luck to him.
Yeah, that was. Joey went for the horizontal versus the kick.
Into dual blade stance. Into Monster Hunter stance. Oh, far reaching. So he's trying to catch him unawares at a far distance. Oh, the aggression's been turned up.
Yeah, that's the step of like, wait, I know how you play now. I'm going to absolutely abuse you.
Yep. Again, slow match. A little bit of evasiveness from Joseph. Oh, and he tries to reversal edge the break attack, but that is not how that works out.
Nope.
Neither is that critical edge. Whoa!
Oh.
Yeah, reversal edge is the little thing that causes the rock paper scissors.
Yep.
Is a it's like a air quotes armored move, and break attacks will not only break it, but if it's the regular break attack, it's a lethal hit. So definitely not something that you want to just give up. Ooh, guard crush. Doesn't get the conversion though.
Goes for the critical edge, but just gets hit out of it. Oh, we got soul charge.
Soul charge to keep up the Okazemi. Dang.
Groh in soul charge is always really cool because he just really gets unleashed for all of the a lot of teleports and mix-ups.
Yes, I love it when Ragnar the Groh guy activates the Blaze Blue.
Welcome to the stage.
Soulcalibur activate.
And are we about to see a character switch from Joseph? He does have an as well, but the last time he tried to bust this out, it didn't quite work out in his favor.
Nightmare?
The nightmare.
And with the katana.
He's got a couple of counters ready, but you know, if Solio's the Soulcalibur player, which I'm led to believe he kind of might
Yeah,
be, right?
you can kind of see the Soulcalibur players from the non-Soulcalibur players. You know, the ones that show up, be like, "Hey, I'm really excited for Soulcalibur," and then the ones that have been here for months.
But what is it? Yeah, Nightmare was a bit of an issue that a lot of people a lot of noobs such as myself try to put some time into figuring out. Like, man, how do you beat this guy? So he's pretty well documented in the annals of Soulcalibur. Good block. So it's definitely not Joseph's not gonna be able to win based off of matchup inexperience. He's gonna win by you know, just getting Joey on him. Oh,
Just pulling out the Joey.
dang, all the way to the rear. Wow.
So, I will say this is one of the cooler critical edges. You summon a horse and you run through them. This is not Weave Wednesday. This is not the time.
Ooh, good guard impact. Like now everything, the momentum, the spacing, the pulls, the gotcha pulls, they're all just coming up Solio right now. Get that helmet off you.
Yeah, show your face, Siegfried.
And over the wall.
Not that they're actually spoilers, and that's been canon. That's been canon since like the first actual Soulcalibur game.
Soul Charge is definitely going to allow him to start up his aggression, and from what we've seen, it's been really hard
not ring out
for Joey to deal with the aggression.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen you fought so bravely.
Man, it's like the entire freaks are. Oh wait, Caleb, don't get sweeped. If Caleb gets sweeped, that means all the freaks are gonna get swept on their first round.
If only the champion had entered.
Yeah, if only the champ.
The one and only. At Omega_West.
As far as Twitter handles go, it's a pretty funny one.
Trying to hop back in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How'd y'all enjoy the match?
Yeah, it was a really quick one. All these first rounds have been really quick and also a little hard to commentate, but it's fine. It's fine.
So, he said he'd play the game like 4 times before, and I top 8'd DreamHack, so there was a definite experience gap, but you know, for not having played the game before times, he actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So
that's what I like to think about most of the freaks people around these parts,
and
especially for the Friday games, because this is a newer circuit of tournaments that we're trying to run. So
what's up, Omega?
Solio X
RZ 362. That's right. Yeah, I'm not Lord JT. That's man to my right. On the screen it's left, but so my name is Solio once again. Thank y'all for tuning in to Soulcalibur at Freaks. Very glad that y'all are here, and let me lower this just a little bit so they can see my face a little bit better. So thank you. Great to see all of you.
It's great to see. It's great to see you guys again. It's really nice to see you.
One of them's gonna win.
But yeah, since this is a newer circuit and like a lot of people here, the like freaks regulars that have come by for, you know, Smash and stuff, like usually casually playing these other games, they're all like kind of trying to learn these games. I think the biggest hurdles are going to be the 3D games.
Yeah.
So, your Soulcalibur and
Well, I'll give y'all a quick rundown of basically the fundamental theory in this game, right? You kill step with horizontals, you do big damage with verticals, and you do quick pokes with kicks. That's generally the design of the moves. That doesn't always hold true, but it's how it generally works. So we got some low pokes from Kilik. Ooh, and that back turned kick, it's a parry kick. Very, very good move that Kilik has.
He got him to the rear of Siegfried and really getting a lot of his own game going here. Huge life lead, but there's no walls here, so Siegfried's gonna have a pretty good ability to knock him off.
Yeah, and I think I think both characters are going to have a decent chance to ring out. Neither one of these characters are like some of the main ring out characters, except I think Siegfried will have a few more tools than Kilik will to do that. In terms of like the placement of these characters, there's been a lot of discussion about tier lists recently in the Soulcalibur community. I don't know who started the trend, but it's been like in the last few days. Siegfried's usually at the top, in the top like 3 or 4.
Hey, really?
Yeah, he's considered a very good character because the best player in the world, or at least the best player in North America, his name is Linkhorse. He plays Siegfried. And Siegfried is actually pretty good, but so it's 1-to-1 in rounds. Kilik placed a little lower on a lot of those tier lists. Definitely not Siegfried's level, but he's still a good character. This game is very balanced, and they're playing a very patient neutral right now.
I kind of like that. He's using that move to just get around some of the longer pokes from Siegfried here. Whoa!
Yep. So there's a little bit of Kilik's ring out potential. He's got that. It almost looks like a twin piston from Tekken. The Mishimas, but with a staff instead of your fists.
Ugh.
Some solid pressure there. He was super plus on hit.
Looking back around, threatening the ring out himself.
Unblockable. So that one's a little sneaky. It doesn't start off as an unblockable, but and you can use it as a normal break attack. But if you hold it, it is an unblockable. So he did. He took that one right to the face.
Really taking advantage of Siegfried's Soviet Siegfried's lack of air quotes vertical of Z-axis movement.
Yeah, sidestepping, step movement. So yeah, he did. These guys are a little bit more patient, a little bit more passive than the other match I commentated last. Between Loos and don't remember who the other guy was, but
Loos is Streets.
Streets, that's right. Loos and Streets. This stage, okay, I like that they switched stage, but this one's a little weird. So you see those low walls on the side return, except they actually extend a little bit past where they look like they extend. So you'll see some wall splats possibly that are a little, they look like ghost splats, you know.
Gross. Ghost spots for the Ghost Pirate stage.
That's right, yeah.
I like it. Ooh.
So
to the rear.
I'd like to see Soviet Siegfried use some of that Dark Legacy stuff that Siegfried has. He has he has a bubble auto GI that does really good chip damage and deflects just about any attack except break attacks. Maybe not lows as well.
I definitely would like to see the bubble just to get Yggdra off of him for a little bit.
Yeah.
Possibly just try to play the range game a little bit more.
But he's got to get in the yellow health to have access to it, and I think this round he's looking to stay out of the yellow health because he's got the lead.
And no, Dicey goes into it anyway.
Yep. I don't think he knows about the bubble move.
Very possible.
Yeah,
possible.
Because usually when you're in a pressure situation with Siegfried against someone who's poking a lot mid and high, like Yggdra is, then you're definitely going to want to use that bubble.
It's just one of those inexperienced things, not fully familiar with your character, despite the name. And even then, it might be very familiar with Siegfried's of the past and not the, this iteration of him.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, doing some stance mix-up, actually.
Oh,
but Kilik's going to get a side turn grab.
Oh, so much damage.
And he stayed on the ground, so yeah, he punished that with the rolling kick. And now Soviet Siegfried's got 2 bars of meter. Awesome.
Oh, GI'd.
Yeah, very cool auto GI from the monument stance. Going to catch that critical edge.
Yeah, very poor time to throw out that critical edge too, because he was already in the middle of the animation getting into that auto GI. Now
he wouldn't have been able to react to it, I think is the main thing. He probably was trying to catch him at a distance or whip punish. Oh, and he just got hit out of his critical edge.
Oh.
And now it's 2 rounds to 2, so we have a pretty competitive game too here. The critical edges are having some strange interactions for sure.
Yeah. And now Yggdra working with two whole sticks of butter here.
And Soviet Siegfried taking about a half health lead at the start. But how's he going to deal with Yggdra's pressure? Gets out of it. Takes his turn.
Seems like he's opting to just try to engage him in the poke war, and it's really working out for him. He's got the life lead.
Well, Yggdra's gonna get out of pressure with the Soul Charge burst, and now he's gonna make. Oh, he was in a good position to make good use of Kilik's Soul Charge, which is really, really strong. But another thing about Kilik's Soul Charge is that he loses health while he's in it. Constantly loses health. So he only needed to take one more hit, and that was gonna be it.
It's unfortunate. One of those things I find catches people trying to get into 3D fighters the most is getting hit by specifically the second hit of a string.
Yeah, because you can drop guard in between them a lot. And so if you don't know what's coming up, you'll get hit by it. In fact, I've played this game for quite a while. I still get hit by some stuff. Yeah, it's you just got to know your matchups. And the good thing about Soulcalibur is there's not too many characters to learn, so it's not. I mean, you've still got to study up, but it's not too difficult to learn some matchups.
No, it's 1-1. What do you think is going to tip the match into one of these players' favors?
You know, honestly, I think Yggdra's got to be a little smarter with when he throws out moves. He's getting interrupted because he's using moves in disadvantage every now and then. And I think on Soviet Siegfried's part, he's actually doing a good job of adapting and improving here. So I'd like to see some more usage of Dark Legacy when he's down in rounds. Maybe a bit more step catch at range. But other than that, I mean, he's doing a solid job of being able to win this match. So
he's already up around, but now he's super down in life here in the second round.
Yeah, Yggdra putting on the pressure. He's using these quick pokes, and Soviet Siegfried. Okay, I have identified something he needs to work on. When he has his turn, Yggdra is trying to interrupt that turn very often. And what that means is Yggdra's using quick moves while he's negative on block, right? What Soviet Siegfried's doing is using very not short moves, sorry. He's using moves that take a while, have a lot of startup.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, he's gotten kind of cleaned up the past 2 rounds, yeah. So he needs to use some more quick pokes. Whatever Siegfried has, he's got to find it and use it.
Yeah, Yggdra's really been able to turn up the pace of the match, it looks like, and just starting to run over Soviet Siegfried here.
I didn't like that usage of the critical edge. I think that was a bad time to use it. He was basically banking on Yggdra throwing something out on Wake Up, which, if you're smart, you won't do, you know.
Yeah. Probably would have liked to see it.
Uh-oh, he's going to get caught by this.
Oh, no. For more of like a whip punish scenario, or even just saving it for another possible sword charge.
That's right. So that'll be 2-1 in Yggdra's favor. Yeah, generally I think that Soviet Siegfried adapted, and then Yggdra just got really aggressive, and so that'll do it. 2-1. Who's up on stream next?
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Should be a much more competitive match than
the first rounds.
Yeah. Especially these two players' first rounds. Those were both pretty fast and furious.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Now we're gonna see some more what it looks like when some more experienced Soulcalibur players clash.
Well, I'm telling my prediction for grand finals today is me and Slim are gonna make it to grands. But I do want to see this match because Streets did seem like he knew what he was doing a little bit, for sure. And now Slim's told me, I know Slim actually plays Nightmare primarily. However, today he's going Astaroth. So he's worked on his Astaroth a lot recently. I've played him at some local get-togethers, like the hangouts at Ice's apartment, you know. And so we are. This is definitely a character that he's familiar with and that he's comfortable with.
All right, well, let's see.
What stage did they get? I missed it. Let's see. Oh, right back to the Moonlight kind of forest stage. I don't know the stage names in this game.
Is it a Moonlight Wilderness in this game as well?
I think that's what it's called. That sounds about right. Could be wrong though. I don't know. I think that might have been the song. Something Oblivion, maybe the song.
Moonlight Walled Stage.
I just know it as the Moonlight Forest stage. So, yeah, that describes it. So Slim King coming out to a solid lead here at the start.
Guard gauge not looking too great on Streets' side.
Yeah, he's already taken a decent amount of guard damage to be in yellow round 1. I mean, I've seen people guard gauges get broken in round 1. But, you know, being in the yellow, you want to be in the clear after round 1. Which now Streets is because you get a little bit of recovery after each round.
GI. Oh, the step, though!
Yeah, Slim King loves to make good use of those sidestep launchers. The Hades Cannon is what it's called. And he likes Bull Rush and he likes those grabs, as all Astaroth players should. Yeah, Astaroth's grabs right there. Titan Bomb. Call it around. That's it's very high damage throws Astaroth has. And if he grabs you, you've just got to take a guess. Is it going to be a forward throw or a back throw? And if you guess wrong, you're taking damage. So here we go. That's a back throw that time.
Oh, man. Do they do both front and back launch like that, or?
Front just does a ton of damage.
Okay.
Both do a ton of damage, but only the back. Oh, look at that double sidestep mix-up. That was kind of cool. It didn't work, but it was cool.
He's gotta implant the seed. You're like, this is a thing I might do later on. Maybe in the next game, because I'm kind of getting getting a second wind here.
It's a guard break. Oh, but he misses the punish. I think that was the optimal punish on a different guard break move. But since he guard broke with whatever he did, then he didn't get that follow-up. So that's something in Soulcalibur that you have to study to become like a master of your character. That's like the high-level stuff, real in-depth stuff with your character. When you break guard, what's the optimal move to break guard with, and what's the optimal punish after different moves you break guard with? So for example, for Groh, who is my main, generally speaking, he has the same punish on every guard break move except for one.
Ooh.
Yeah, so, but there's an optimal way to, actually, he's got two different ones. If you break with a move that doesn't go into stance, he's got one, and if you break with a move that goes into stance, he's got a different one, which does more damage generally. So, yeah, that was a convincing game one for Slim King. Great usage of the grabs. I don't think Streets broke a single one of them.
Oh, yeah.
So Streets is going to have to work on that.
Calming one's buttons down, just like take a moment to at least try to engage in the guesswork of the throws. Oh man!
The Bull Rush reached. Just do it again. Do it again. Bull Rush is such a good move for Astaroth. It tech crouches for one, and it's generally it's safe on block. It's a good neutral poke. It's not slow.
And Streets has just had no answer for it, so really, why not use it? If it's already got all those advantages, plus your opponent doesn't know what to do about it, throw it out.
I mean, I think Bull Rush, the optimal punish is just take your turn, but Slim King's putting so much pressure on him. Good reversal edge on the grab. I like that answer to it, actually.
Slim King just blocking.
Yeah, and I think Streets actually overextended a little bit after that reversal edge because he was out of range, and so Slim King just whiff punished.
Small punish on the guard crush.
Yeah, a little underwhelming, but he got something off of it this time. Oh, and Slim gonna massively whip that Bull Rush, the Soul Charge version of it, but this is gonna be the round. Whoa, Slim King! Slim King! He's smiling. You see him on the camera? Can we show his face? He is smiling right now. Oh my gosh, that was a mix-up and a half.
and Geralt of Rivia's guard gauge also not looking all too good going into the third round.
Yeah, but he got a good Yerden for the GI on that, so, you know,
oh no!
Slim King's still using Bull Rush just over and over again.
Yeah, he took his turn that time, but it was a small turn.
Oh, so. But he got caught that time, so he's getting predictable with the Bull Rushes. Now Streets is going to punish those with the Yerden GI for big damage. Yikes. Oh, but that grab, I think that might do it. Yep. Yeah, big damage on all those. So Slim, not dropping around, convincing 2-0. I love that mix-up he did in round 2 of that game. He got a knockdown after a Soul Charge spin, and generally speaking, that's got a guaranteed follow-up, or at least a tech trap, dead trap mix-up. And instead of just taking the mix-up, he went for a ridiculous charged-up grab. And actually got it, and because Streets hadn't broken any grabs, it was a good call.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm up now. Great games to everyone who's played so far. Looking to put on a show for y'all once again. I'll be back after this match unless I have to keep playing on stream. So
I guess we'll see where the bracket lies at that point. But I believe it's Solio versus Yggdra, right? All right, we'll go get him, Caleb.
And currently Loos and JT are playing off stream after that. Freaks Boys, so I get to watch this front.
Oh, oof.
Yep. I may jump in here and commentate,
We need a. Omega, we need a. I don't even know what it's called. Some application that allows one to control their mouse through through their phone. That way we can just.
it exists.
That way we can just bring the scoreboard thing over to this screen and just.
That's honestly not a bad idea. I actually, well, I've had a program at one point. I think they may be 3 months now.
Alright, so we got Solio and Yggdra, one of the. So Yggdra is one of the Freaks boys, slowly but surely is trying to learn the game. Versus Solio, who got top 8 at DreamHack.
Yeah, which is crazy because like there were like 70 people I think there for.
Dang, really?
There were a good number of people there for Soul Cal. It was also a lot of fun to watch. Like anytime that there was like a soul charge that happened or like any kind of quote that happened, the crowd would just yell like you will pay maggot or you know.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about 3D games. Like whenever I was learning and got to partake in a DOA 5 tournament, whenever Jackie was on screen and he'd yell yeah, the whole crowd, everyone around me would yell yeah with him. I'm like,
that's it.
I'm getting peer pressure. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yggdra using the Kilik still. Solio using
using Zasalamel this time.
Yeah, because he said his main was Groh, I believe.
Yeah. Going to Zasalamel. He got the chance to watch a Yggdra match, so he's got a little bit of a download on him. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And you know, Zasalamel things. I don't know if it's still the case. There are a lot of things that were the case day one that I'm not sure if they still are. But Zasalamel was one of those characters day one that did a little bit of everything that he needed to.
Yeah, and that pressure is just insane. Like that combo that Solio threw out there, and then the media on the wake up too. Like, definitely like. I mean, I definitely believe that Solio plays multiple characters proficiently in this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Dragging his feet. Trying the GIs though, to poke from Yggdra, but didn't get it. Yggdra not able to punish. Yggdra able to get KO'd though.
Yeah, and this is the kind of thing that we're seeing. This is the kind of thing we see when like somebody who's not nearly as experienced like plays against like an experienced player. Like they're just kind of getting bullied, and Yggdra's trying to do what he can to like apply his pressure, but it's Solio just has such a good understanding of, oh my gosh, Kilik range.
Yeah, possibly even has more knowledge of what Yggdra's character is than Yggdra himself does. So.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing where I think understanding like, well, like any fighting game, like understanding matchups and what like an opponent's character is like good at is important still, and especially if you don't like you don't really know what all your character can do either, and you can kind of have some ideas. I mean, you don't really know what your good answers are for some of those block strings or some of those things that you know, Zasalamel you can throw out. Yeah. And this game does seem like it's, you know, you can kind of figure out like what's punishable, what's not punishable, what is what, for the most part. But like still having that awareness of like what your tools are to punish certain things.
Blocks the low, very important. Actually took more than half of his life for it.
Yeah, that seems like it's a interesting little mix-up that he's going for there. Whenever he throws him on the ground like that.
It's one of those doesn't know what my character can do, and this is a really strong move that if you don't know what it is, it's going to annihilate you. It's going to eliminate Penguin.
Yep. Oh wow, I'm not sure what that was, but
guard break.
Yeah, this does not feel good. Luckily, too far away to be able to pick up off the ground with that one.
Got him out of the air. Yikes. Oh! Double reversal edge, but Yig just kind of fades away, or he lets it loose too early and actually gets clipped by Zasalamel.
Alright. Yeah, getting caught just... I'm not sure if it's the in-lag of the moves or like what it is, but Kilik keeps getting open up here every time he whiffs something.
Oh, the critical edge. Having a guard point on... guard impact on it. Yikes.
Is it a counter?
Not all the way. It will still happen, but he throws out a guard impact. It's like an auto GI.
Okay.
From like the other moves that Solio was saying were auto GIs earlier. It also works like that.
Okay.
Same with Nightmare's critical edge.
I see. Interesting.
So they get armor plus a GI.
Yeah. But yeah, good stuff with Solio. Kind of showing off the Zasalamel there.
Really?
Looking pretty nice though.
Yeah, looking clean. Strong performance.
Can you press commentator cam there on the left? And then transition for me?
There we go. Actually, I'll let a better man commentate so that I can run stream.
Better man.
A better Soulcalibur player. How about that?
That works.
There we go.
I don't know about better man. Omega's a pretty good man. I like Omega.
Yeah, who doesn't like Omega? That's
Yeah,
right.
like a guy named Wes.
There's a lot of
That's true.
people. There's a lot of people.
Whoa. Toxic. The enemy of the state showing back up.
So,
So I believe we'll be dipping down into
losers for a little bit. That's right.
Joseph, Punish Joseph and Siegfried will be on stream.
Nice.
Sounds good.
We're up to semis and winners, so we're not doing that right now. Also, what are you guys doing? Get back out there. I'll stream. Whoa. YouTube.
Ooh, they're up off
Get
stream.
back out there.
They're up off stream. So in that match
Swords
against
always clash.
Yggdra, basically the main thing was that I noticed from watching his set earlier was that he likes to do those pokes, right? Just kind of keep throwing them out, even if he's in disadvantage. So I took advantage of that, and Zasalamel's got some really good tools to deal with like counter hit situations, high damage off counter hit, his critical edge, auto GIs, practically everything. I saved that one for the end because I thought it would be nice.
Yeah, I figured it seemed like as it had hit, I was like, yeah, I guess that just had to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way that this match was happening without that happening.
That one move. Yeah, Zasalamel players love pressing the critical edge button because it's probably the best critical edge in the game. Maybe the best move in the game, period. But it costs a bar of meter to throw out, so you got to be somewhat conservative with it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Up next, we've got Soviet Siegfried and Punish Joseph coming up once again.
Gonna see Mitsurugi. Now, I think his name is funny, Punished Joseph, because Mitsurugi is a highly punishable character.
It's
in terms of the frame data, at least. In terms of the frame data.
I'll give you some lore. Joseph shows up for like all three of the fighting game freaks things. He's a very punishable player if you're able to work around it. So
that's funny. So no wall splat there. A little bit too far off axis to get the wall splat. And now this is going to be, well, it could have been a combo. Didn't get the follow-up though.
Ooh.
The tech crouch launcher, ducking the high horizontal.
Both the threat of a wall and the threat of a ring out over on this side of the stage.
That's right.
Oh.
And that's going to interrupt. He goes for the mid on wake up. So yeah, in situations like that, the player having to get off the ground kind of has to guess. Is he going to go for a low? Is he going to go for mid? Who knows?
Engage in oopsie loopsies time. It's a hard knock life.
The big lead already for Soviet Siegfried. Let's see how Punished Joseph makes it back. That move right there, the low stab 1BB. Such a strong move. It does so much damage for an unseeable low. The only thing is it's -10 on... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Forget -10. He called out the reversal edge with a raw break attack. Pretty nice.
Nice. Whoa. Not fast enough to punish the whip there.
Yeah, Soviet Siegfried liking the break attack. I think it's a good option to throw out every now and then. Just discourage GIs, discourage reversal edge.
Ooh. Whoa, we got and jumping mix-up.
Punish Joseph also hitting us with the no mix-up, throwing out reversal edge 3 times in a row. So that's gonna be the round.
Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes.
It is. Good mid right there though by Punish Joseph. I think that's a counter hit.
Whoa. For a little bit, just barely whipping.
Yeah, lots of pokes coming out. Oh, delayed the follow-up hit to get a bit of a follow-up there. He's in stance. Inbound. Oh, block the CE. Pop your critical. That's right. Pop it. Oh, but he did it too slow. Mitsurugi's critical edge is a frame 12 critical edge.
Oh, that was a really unfortunate one to miss too, because his guard gauge was already in the red. He's stood to lose so much for that, but he didn't lose actually all that much.
Not
for
too
it.
much, yeah. He got away with it. He actually won the round. So, competitive game so far. These two looking about on the same skill level. Missed the reversal edge. Just missed it. Oh, but that was a bad critical. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bad critical.
The punish on it. Oh, got them out of the jump mix-up. All right.
Yep. Punish Joseph gets the ring out on the sidestep launcher.
Ghost wall not available to save Soviet Siegfried there.
Yeah. Well, you'll always
high.
go over the low wall. It's just the low wall extends horizontally.
Oh,
past,
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So that won't ever stop a high ring out. So Punish Joseph pulling out the clutch play on the ring out to end that round a little early, take game 1. And I think they're going to go back to the character select screen.
Yeah. Soviet Siegfried, very unlikely that he'll switch off the character. It's in his namesake. He's been sticking with it tried and true throughout all cross-dimensional.
I wonder if they just wanted to change weapons and costumes then, because they're going the same characters.
Very possibly. And sometimes you just need a little bit of a breather. You just lost by a ring out, and then you ran
very
into
close
a
game.
no wall stage.
Very close game. Certainly the breather could have been it.
So, once again, Soviet Siegfried finds himself on the losing edge, very much from a lot of aggression from his opponent. What do you think he can do to get himself into this second round?
Oh look, he's losing the poke game, as you can tell, when he's got his opponent at disadvantage, because his opponent will use something like a minus on block, right? He won't take full advantage of it, and that was the same issue that he had against Yggdra. So that's what he's getting hit with a lot. But he goes under the horizontal. That was a risky call for having no life. For having as little life as he did, that was risky.
So you just got to slide into those DMs, but it's not working out there.
He slid right into them, right under the high horizontal and into the DM.
But
He still lost the round though.
Yeah, blocked anyway. Don't talk to me ever again. Oof.
So Punish Joseph, he's not getting punished too much for those reversal edges. I would like to see a couple more break attacks from Soviet Siegfried. He used them for a little bit, but he stopped. So high damage counter hit. Oh, and the stance mix-up.
It's one of those things that he may actually not know that's how that interaction works. That break attacks just beat the reversal edge.
He may not, because that is new to this game. And if he played the previous ones, then he might not be familiar with it. He's got Punish Joseph up against the wall, though.
Oh! Sliding jump mix up.
Nice. Just good pressure all the way around. He had his opponent cornered and made the most of it. I like that. Throws out the critical edge, but it's gonna whiff. Too far away. Mitsurugi, Soul Charge, and critical edge, both pretty good.
Lethal hit doesn't get anything for it though.
Yeah, I didn't know the follow-up. Didn't look like. Ooh, and he tried to wait for Punish Joseph to get close while he was in stance, but when he's in stance, he can't guard, so he got punished. Throws out the critical edge. These supers a little wild, I'm gonna be honest. Just kind of being thrown out at random times. This may be not tournament round. Actually, yeah, tournament round for Soviet Siegfried. Throws out the critical edge.
And it works out.
Finally,
oh, no.
The raw critical edge working for one of these two players.
Yep.
Throws it out, reading that Soviet Siegfried's going to get aggressive at the start of the round and just interrupts him.
And he tried it too, but
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Siegfried's critical edge, I believe, has a little bit longer startup than the normal critical edge, so he got interrupted for trying it in that situation.
Long distance reversal edge, not finding anybody though. This round's really looking in Punish Joseph's favor.
Yeah, he's got to make the most of this.
Red guard.
Whoa, breaks the throw, uses reversal edge to get out of that, but gets interrupted by the missed move. He's not dead yet, but the mid mix up again. Punish Joseph taking that 2-0. And I like just putting his opponent in those really good Oki situations whenever he's about to close out the round. I think both games, actually, the way he won was... No, sorry. The first game he won off of the ring out.
Yes.
But one of the rounds in the first game, what he did was he put his opponent in a good Oki situation, had his opponent grounded right at his feet, and then at that point, Soviet Siegfried had to make a call. Am I going to stand up into a lower mid mix-up, or am I going to stay on the ground and risk taking a low? And he stood up both times, I'm guessing blocking low or trying to be counter-aggressive. And being counter-aggressive off of Wake Up is not a good idea.
Yeah.
But he may have been blocking low, and in that sense, he got hit by the mid regardless. So, definitely good Oki setups by Punished Joseph. So, both of those games were close, though. That was a good match.
Yeah, good showing by Soviet Siegfried throughout the night. You know, he unfortunately going 0-2, I believe, but you know, I think there's a lot to learn from going back to the VODs and just seeing like, I was losing turns that I shouldn't have lost from my opponents just like throwing buttons at me. Maybe there's something to learn from that.
That's right. That's right. So now we've got Streets versus Punished Joseph. Punished Joseph staying on, and he's gonna have to take down this Geralt. Again, Geralt, a very all-around kind of character. Mitsurugi, kind of a I don't really know how to describe him. I think you could call him an all-around character as well, Mitsurugi. Yeah. But I think he's a lot more high-risk, high-reward than Geralt is.
Oh, for sure.
So it's a different kind of all-rounder.
Let's see how this works out.
Tech crouches under the high for the lethal hit. Got something off of it that time.
Slowly figuring out like some of the options that he has for whenever he gets the big lethal hits or these big crumple states.
Yeah, and I'm liking how Punished Joseph kind of threatening the constant guarding with both lows and grabs. Oh, and the reversal edge interrupt. Something about the reversal edge is that when you hit it with a vertical, the opponent or the person who's reversal edging and just parried will actually sidestep. So in that case, he could go ahead and throw that out in the middle of Streets' string because he sidestepped the second vertical. Same thing right there. A clash round one.
And Joseph winning out in the second one.
Yeah. Decent damage off of that. Not the optimal combo, but solid regardless.
Yeah. Oh, trying to grab interrupt the break attack there.
Streets has got to throw out some more of those break attacks, though, I think, because he's getting reversal edge constantly. Whoa! Steals the round with a nice, aggressive option, causing the ring out.
Almost getting to see the whole replay. That's nice.
Bro, just parries an attack with the Quinn shield.
Girl, the Witcher tactics.
Yeah, definitely one of his, I don't know if I'd call it a gimmick, but one of his unique tools. Hits the Yurden and aligns himself for better positioning. I love what he did after that Yurden.
Threatening like a little bit of the wall, but mostly the ring out. Oh my goodness.
Streets' aggression was killer that round. He got the great positioning in the corner off of the Yurden, and then just made the most of it. Pressured him like there was no tomorrow.
And I love that because earlier on we saw that Punished Joseph like really had no answer to whenever he got put into the corner situation. So
right.
That was great.
Whoa, and the I-12 critical edge can interrupt the sliding run kick. Punished Joseph is trying to stay in this first game. He does not want to go down 1-0. I kind of like Punished Joseph's poke game. I think he overuses his reversal edge, but for the most part, he's gotten away with it. But Streets getting the advantage on hit, and then taking it, running with it, and winning the first game. So I think they're going to try and do a character select for Streets. Streets may be looking to change character after that.
So like most of those times that Joseph played the game was way back whenever they didn't have the scroll down for the rematch menu. So he probably wanted to switch characters himself, but it was like, wait, what is this? It's only stage select, and had to ask Streets to get to the character select for him.
Oh right, I said character select for Streets. I meant character select for Punished Joseph. But yeah, he Streets was the one who chose it, which is why it mixed me up there. He was hitting me with a mix-up, and I'm on commentary.
The commentary.
Streets with the metagame to end all metagames.
Just if he has to face off against you, he's got to implant the mix-up already.
Hit me with the character select after game one mix-up. So Talim is the character choice here, which I think is interesting. Talim's got interesting pressure. If you don't know how to deal with her mix-ups, then she's going to be a huge pain.
Right. I assume that it's also the same thing. Like, if the Talon player doesn't actually know where their mix-ups are, then they're gonna have a really hard time just utilizing the character to their advantage.
Well, hold on, but that combo was pretty nice. I think he knew what he was doing there.
That was a better combo than I see him doing freaking Wednesdays. What was that? What?
Definitely his best combo so far. It was pretty nice. he did push the right buttons. Break attack after the GI, and now Streets has got the advantage. Oh, but gets caught by a weird reversal edge interaction. Streets jumped, and yeah. Anyways,
small kicks trying to get him off and get him away, but the wall is ever present on this stage until it's not.
yeah. This stage has a breakable wall, so now there's gonna be some ring out potential. I don't like how punished Joseph was trying to backstep a lot. Talon's got one of the worst backsteps in the game, so he might want to stay aggressive, if anything.
I do like that the wall's no longer there, because again, Joseph kind of crumples in that corner situation. Now he doesn't have to deal with it so much. If he's in the corner and loses, it's just a ring out.
Well, yeah, he's got slightly more space, and I don't know. Whoa, hold up. I was gonna mention something about pressure, but the low crush on that critical edge starts super early, and he's going to take a round because of it. Using the critical edge as intended. Beat those lows, do a lot of damage.
Post KO cutscenes, gotta enjoy those.
Street's missing the punish on that. That's a guaranteed punish on block, but he might not know the frame data. The Yggdra, hold up. This is going to be solid damage, and even better positioning advantage as well.
Oh, and I kind of, with that in mind, I kind of like the Talon pick even more, just allowing Joseph to utilize the reversal edge just that much more.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to use Mitsurugi's, but Talon's got a way better one. And something that I actually haven't seen him do a whole... Well, he just did it there, using the reversal edge cancel. Gets caught out of his critical edge there. And Streets. I love his Ard usage. The Ard sign usage, super good. That catches on the ground, super fast, can't react to it, and that closed out the round.
Yeah, and guard gauge not looking too good on Joseph's side. Gonna have to keep that in mind. Streets has already shown that he's got a combo or two under his belt, so...
Oh, and the Yggdra, I actually didn't like that Yggdra, but this is going to be the ring out if he's got it. Yeah, that's going to be it. So he goes completely unpunished on the Yggdra. I think Joseph froze up because he was in the corner. The corner pressure again, for sure. So that'll be 2-0 for Streets. Good showing for sure from him. If he learned some optimal combos, which he already knows a few, if he learned some more, Streets would be not a bad player at all. So, because he definitely knows how to put on the pressure, how to keep it going. He knows positioning on the stage, which is something that a lot of people do not learn until later. Positioning on the stage is such a big deal, and he definitely made the most of it in that game 1. I'll call back a play that he made. He got a Yggdra GI, right, and then instead of going for the immediate follow-up, he sidestepped, so that the combo would push Joseph further towards the wall and the ring out ledge.
Yeah, that was one of, I think that was one of the highlight plays, think, top 20 plays of Freaks. That was definitely it in my opinion.
I think it was at the very least one of the highlights of that set. And there were a couple for sure, but that may have been my favorite play just because it seemed the smartest to me.
Oh yeah.
And it got him so much more damage after that positioning advantage because Joseph was in the corner. Joseph was not dealing with that corner pressure very well, which Streets may have caught on to. And then he ran with it.